Hello everyone, welcome to Gktoday. All the videos of Gktoday are absolutely free and available on Gktoday's YouTube channel. And if you are looking for interactive quizzes in text and also their solutions, please download Gktoday's Academy Android app. We have several free and paid courses in that app. Now this particular series is of 60 videos and in each video we are going to discuss select 15 questions and we shall also do 500 test questions after end of this series. Now let's start with the questions on Indian polity. So the first question is, which among the following is a correct combination of members in Joint Committee on Office of Profit? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option A, that is 10 from Lok Sabha and 5 from Rajya Sabha, total 15 members. See, the Joint Committee on Office of Profit is constituted in pursuance of a government motion that is adopted by Lok Sabha and concurred in by Rajya Sabha. So it consists of 15 members, 10 members are elected from Lok Sabha and 5 members are from Rajya Sabha, who are elected from amongst the members of the respective house according to the principle of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. Now the committee is constituted for the duration of each Lok Sabha, and the functions of the committee are to examine the composition and character of the committees appointed by the central and the state governments and to recommend what offices should disqualify and what offices should not disqualify a person for being chosen as and for being a member of either House of Parliament under Article 102 of the Constitution. Now the reports of the committee are presented to Lok Sabha and laid on the table of Rajya Sabha. The next question is, which among the following committees of Lok Sabha is assisted by Comptroller and Auditor General of India? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option B, that is Public Accounts Committee. So the Public Accounts Committee examines the annual audit reports of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, which are laid before the Parliament by the President. Now the next question is, which of the following is the main objective of Parliamentary Language Committee? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option A, that is to recommend on making the progressive use of the Hindi language for the official purposes of the Union. See, according to Article 344, initially at 5 years of commencement of the Constitution and thereafter every 10 years, the President will constitute Parliamentary Language Committee to recommend on making the progressive use of the Hindi language for the official purposes of the Union. Now the next question is, which among the following committee recommends allocation of the time for discussion on various items in the House of Parliament? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option A, that is Business Advisory Committee. So each house has its own Business Advisory Committee. See, Business Advisory Committee of Lok Sabha consists of 15 members including the Speaker, who is the ex officio chairman, and the members are nominated by the Speaker. See, almost all sections of the House are represented on the committee as per the respective strength of parties in the House, and the function of the committee is to recommend the time that should be allotted for the discussion of such government, legislative and other businesses as the Speaker, in consultation with the leader of the House, may direct to be referred to the committee. Now the committee on its own initiative may also recommend to the government to bring forward particular subjects for discussions in the House and recommend allocation of time for such discussions. Further, the decision reached by the committee are always unanimous in character and representative of the collective view of the House. So the committee generally meets at the beginning of each session and thereafter as and when necessary. The next question is, which of the following must be approved by the Public Accounts Committee before being submitted to the Lok Sabha for voting? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option D, that is excess grant. See, excess grant is granted when money has been spent in a year in excess of the amount granted in budget for that year for a particular service, and it is voted by the Lok Sabha after the financial year, and before the demands of the excess grants are submitted to the Lok Sabha for voting, they must be approved by the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament. Now the next question is, which part of the Constitution deals with the organization, composition, duration, officers, procedures, privileges, powers, and so on of the Parliament. Now you have the following options and the correct answer is option B, that is part 5th. See, the Article 79 to 122 in Part 5th of the Constitution of India deal with the organization, composition, duration, officers, procedures, privileges, powers, and so on of the Parliament of India. Now the next question is, in which year the Hindi names Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha were adopted by the Council of States and the House of People respectively? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option C, that is in the year 1954. See, in the year 1954, the Hindi names Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha were adopted by the Council of States and the House of People respectively. And the Rajya Sabha is the upper house and it is also called the second chamber or House of Elders, and the Lok Sabha is the lower house or the first chamber, or it is also called as the popular house. Now the next question is, in how many categories are the parliamentary standing committees classified? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option C, that is 6. See, the parliamentary standing committees are classified on the basis of the nature of the functions performed by them. So presently they are classified in 6 categories, namely Financial Committee, Departmental Standing Committee, Committee to Inquire, Committees to Scrutinize and Control, committees relating to the day-to-day business of the House, and housekeeping committees or service committees. Now the next question is, when was the first Public Accounts Committee set up? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option A, that is in the year 1921. So the Public Accounts Committee was set up for the first time in the year 1921 under the provision of the Government of India Act 1990 and has since been in existence. So all parties get due representation in it. Now the next question is, how many members are there in Public Accounts Committee? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option B, that is 22. So presently the Public Accounts Committee consists of 22 members, 15 from the Lok Sabha and 7 from the Rajya Sabha. And the members in the committee are elected by the Parliament every year from amongst its members, and they are selected by the principle of proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote. Now the next question is, how many departmentally related standing committees were created on the recommendation of the Rules Committee of the Lok Sabha in 1993. So you have the following options and the correct answer is option A, that is 17. So the Rules Committee of the Lok Sabha recommend for the creation of 17 departmentally related standing committees in Parliament in 1993. However, in 2004, 7 more such committees were formed, thus increasing their number from 17 to 24. Now the next question is, in which year was the first Parliamentary Forum on Water Conservation and Management was constituted? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option B, that is in the year 2005. So the first Parliamentary Forum on Water Conservation and Management was constituted by the Government of India in the year 2005. Later, 7 more parliamentary forums were created by the government. Now the next question is, when was the Parliamentary Forum on Millennium Development Goals created? Now you have the following options and the correct answer is option C, that is in the year 2013. So, Parliamentary Forum on Millennium Development Goals was created in the year 2013, and at present there are 8 parliamentary forums such as Parliamentary Forum on Water Conservation and Management 2005, Parliamentary Forum on Youth 2006, Parliamentary Forum on Children 2006, etc. Now the next question is, what type of body is the Indian Parliamentary Group? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option C, that is autonomous. So the Indian Parliamentary Group is an autonomous body and it was constituted in the year 1949 in pursuance of a motion that is adopted by the Constituent Assembly. Now the membership of Indian Parliamentary Group is open to all members of Parliament of India. Now the next question is, how many parliaments are there in the Inter-Parliamentary Union at present? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option B, that is 153. So the Interparliamentary Union is an international organization of the parliaments of the sovereign states, and at present the Interparliamentary Union consists of total 153 parliaments of the sovereign nations. Thank you so much. So this was all for today's video, and we hope that you like our new initiative. So please do provide your feedback in our comment section. And stay tuned for the more upcoming videos. Thank you.